Have you ever wished you could, like, peek behind the curtain and see how a business actually runs?
You mean like without having to wade through mountains of paperwork and stuff?
Exactly. And that's what we're doing today, right? We're
Oh,
taking a deep dive into this beauty academy,
yeah, a real look under the hood,
using their internal documents and policies
like your game plan,
to understand not only how they work now, but also
where they're headed.
their big vision for the future.
Totally.
So we've got communication protocols, registration processes, their sales strategies for targeting,
Oh, yeah, they're going after everyone, it seems like, from dermatologists and hairdressers,
to makeup artists.
even nail technicians.
And they're even building an alumni program.
It's
So
ambitious.
it is. Our mission today is to try to extract like the core insights into how this academy operates now, how they're planning to grow, and how they're going to engage with both current and former students.
Right. Keep those three things in mind as we go.
Okay, so let's jump in. First off, how do they handle all their internal communication?
Okay, so get this. They basically live on WhatsApp
Really?
for everything,
Mm.
which is interesting because, on the one hand, it's like super informal,
Right.
but they claim it keeps everything centralized. All the records are there.
And it's efficient.
Yeah, like instant communication.
Makes sense.
So it seems to be working for them.
And then what about when a new student applies? How does that whole registration process work?
Oh, it's quite a system they've got. Like first, they obviously get the application.
Uh-huh.
They print it, edit it. Then they create an account for them in their system, which is called NetSuite.
NetSuite.
Then they generate sales orders, payment links through this thing called MyFatura.
Wow, so many steps.
I know, right? And then they add the student to their Google contacts.
Okay, so it's a mix of digital and manual.
For sure.
So once the student pays, what happens then?
So then they send them a PDF acceptance letter with a payment link. And then once the payment comes through, they issue receipts, they update NetSuite, they record everything in Excel.
Yeah.
And in these PAE tables, I think that's for diploma students specifically.
Oh, interesting, like a regulatory thing.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
And then they give the attendance sheets to the trainers.
So organized.
Very much so.
What about like day-to-day things like attendance and keeping track of payments? Is there a process for that too?
Oh, yeah, totally. They have a weekly follow-up system for attendance.
Yeah.
And if payments are late, they send out reminders.
Smart.
Right. You got to stay on top of that.
Okay, so then how do they handle the certification? Because
Sure.
that's a big deal, obviously.
Huge, yeah. This is another multi-step thing. They check everything against the PAE records, create the actual certificate, accounts get involved, then Abdul Azim has to stamp it.
Abdulazim.
Yeah, he's mentioned in the documents. Then they communicate with PAET again.
Wow. Quite the paper trail.
I know, right? And then finally, they distribute the certificates to the students.
I bet they're happy about that part.
Oh, for sure. Although they actually keep signed photocopies for their records.
Interesting.
Yeah, they think of everything.
Yeah.
They even have a whole procedure for if someone loses their certificate.
Oh, no. What happens then?
They check if they have an account in NetSuite, and if not, they create one and then generate a payment link for the reissuance fee.
So even that's covered.
They don't miss a beat.
Okay, so we've talked about how they operate internally.
The nuts and bolts.
Now, how are they actually going to get more students? What's their plan for growth?
Okay, so their strategy is really interesting. They've got these different groups they're going after.
Okay, like cool.
So first, they're targeting dermatologists and their staff to get them trained on skincare.
Makes sense.
Then they're going after hairdressers and salon owners for hair care, makeup, skincare, the whole package.
Smart.
And of course, they're targeting makeup artists and beauty enthusiasts for their professional makeup courses.
It's like they're covering all the bases.
Oh, but don't forget, they've just added nail education too.
Wow. So they're really expanding.
Big time.
So how are they actually reaching these different groups?
It looks like they're building this big database and then doing personalized outreach to each group.
Like tailoring their message.
Exactly. Highlighting what's most relevant to them. And they're also really big on networking.
Oh, like in-person events?
Yeah, they mentioned some, like the Jothen Pro team and District Medical.
I've heard of those.
They're also trying to partner with businesses like salons and even dermatology clinics.
Really? That's a great idea.
Yeah, and they even offer pilot classes to get people interested.
Oh, that's smart.
Right. Give them a taste of what they offer.
So it's not just face-to-face, right? They're doing digital marketing, too.
Oh, yeah. Tons of social media, WhatsApp marketing.
Yeah.
And they realize they need to update their website, make it easier to navigate.
Always important.
And they're getting really specific with their pitches to each group. Like for hair care, they're talking about partnering with product brands. For makeup, they're emphasizing the skills graduates have. And for skincare, They're highlighting the medical connections and the training on specialized machines.
Wow, it's like they've thought of everything.
And the best part is, they're trying to make it so that everyone at the academy feels like a sales rep,
Oh, that's interesting.
like they're training their receptionists and even the trainers on how to promote the academy.
A whole team effort.
Totally. And they're tracking everything too, like how many people enroll, customer satisfaction, and their engagement on social media.
So they know what's working.
Yeah, they're keeping an eye on those numbers.
Oh, okay, so that's how they're planning to grow. But they're also thinking long term with this alumni program.
Right. It's actually really cool. They're building a network for their graduates to stay connected, help each other out with their careers, and even continue their education.
What a great idea.
And they're going all out. They're talking about creating a dedicated job board just for alumni
Oh, wow. That's valuable.
and an alumni blog to share experiences and tips, plus discounts on future courses, invitations to special events, and even mentorship opportunities.
Like a whole community.
Yeah, exactly. They're really trying to foster that.
How are they going to actually keep people involved, though?
Well, they're planning to create online platforms where alumni can connect.
Like a forum or something.
Exactly. And they'll organize networking events, maybe pair up mentors with new graduates, and they're even thinking about online tools to make communication easier.
That's impressive.
Right. It's like they're building a whole support system.
And they're serious about helping their graduates succeed professionally.
Oh, yeah. It's not just lip service. They
Yeah.
want to help them get jobs. So they're offering help with resumes and interview prep, career counseling,
That's amazing.
and even discounts on further education if they want to keep learning.
Wow, they're really going above and beyond.
And here's the kicker. They're even thinking about charging a small fee for the alumni program.
Really?
Yeah. Which, could actually be a good thing.
How so?
Well, it shows they're serious about making it valuable. People might take it more seriously if they're actually paying for it.
I see your point.
It could help make it sustainable, too.
So we've covered a lot here. We looked at how they run things day to day, how they're
Mhm.
planning to attract new students, and this whole alumni program they're building.
Yeah, it's pretty comprehensive.
What do you think is the biggest takeaway from all this?
I think it's clear that this beauty academy is serious about their business. Like they're not messing around.
You're
The level of detail, the planning, the way they're thinking about everything.
Gets impressive.
It makes you wonder, are they setting a new standard for the beauty education industry?
Interesting question.
And, what about other industries? Could this kind of structured approach work somewhere else?
Something to think about.
For sure.
Yeah.
It makes you realize how important it is to have a plan and to think about every step of the process
Absolutely.
and how to engage with people both inside and outside the organization.
Great insights. Thanks for joining me for this deep dive.
My pleasure. Always fun to peek behind the curtain.
For sure. And for our listeners, thanks for joining us. Until next time.